In my first video, I just said I'm going to try to make 2 book reviews, maybe 3. So this is going to be the second book review. I am still wearing the same shirt because I'm making it in the same day. I literally just put the other book up. But that book review was on Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys, I think it is. I don't know how to say her last name. But this book is more of a nonfiction, and it's about the experience of a hospice nurse. And that one was a historical fiction. So this is what the book looks like, and it is titled The Unforgettable Encounters During Life's Final Moments, and it's titled The In-Between as well, and it's by Hadley Vlahos, and she's a registered nurse. I remember when I got this book, I took it everywhere with me, and it's not that lengthy, but I did take my time reading it. This book starts off by talking about an experience she had in high school that was very traumatic, where something bad happened to a friend of hers and that caused her to stop believing in God. So it talks about the different types of fields that she was in. She was also an ER nurse, and then her experiences while being an ER and hospice nurse, as well as the different types of people that she met. I really like the way this book was set up. She does a great job talking about her own personal life, as well as the many different patients that she met, the patients' families, and her coworkers. It also shows like the reality of being a nurse, specifically a hospice nurse, where people think that the career is all of this death and dying and all these sad things, but it shows that there's also a lot of joy and clarity through being a hospice nurse. And the thing about this book is I am a Christian, but like I said earlier about the tragic event that happened to her friend while she was in high school and how it made her stop believing in God, through this experience that she had of being a hospice nurse, she never like clarifies if she's a Christian again or she believes in God, but she does say that there is definitely something after you die, and she knows this because of her experience of being a hospice nurse. She also talks about, meeting her husband, having a kid at 19, and some of the struggles that came along with having a kid while trying to go through college, but also about a professor that helped her and how her family supported her. And then later she talks about a friend that supported her as well, with her engagement, and then also some of her patients. Overall, it was a really, really good book. It talks about community, loss, growth, a lot of different things around mindset. And then honestly, I would recommend that everyone read this book. In my last review, I read a review about it that said, oh, everyone should read this book. And that one, I do think a lot of people would like it, but I don't think everyone should read it. This one, I do definitely think that everyone should read, especially if you are in healthcare and especially if you are a nurse. This book was also one of the main driving factors as to why I am going to nursing school. I am literally moving in tomorrow to start my BSN to become an RN. So I'm excited. But this book was one of the main reasons, because it opened my eyes to what it was like to be a nurse, to take care of other people, to support their families, stuff like that. I'm going to read some of the synopsis. So it says, in the in-between, Vlahos recounts some of the most impactful experiences she's had with the people she's worked with, from the woman who never once questioned her faith until she was close to death, to the older man seeing visions of his late daughter, to the young patient who laments that she spent too much of her short life worrying about what others thought of her while also sharing her own fascinating journey. Something else I really love about this book is the wide range of patients that she talks about. There's this one young patient, even though it's a short chapter, it stuck with me. There's this super young patient, and she comes to visit her, and her friend brought her there to go to the beach, but sadly she does not make it. She passes away in the house, but as she's passing away, her friend grabs a bucket and runs outside and hurries up and puts sand in the bucket, and she brings it back, and she puts her friend's feet in the sand as she passes away. And there are so many quote-unquote small things that happen in this book that are just like utterly amazing, that show that we're not just here physically. Another story that really sticks with me is there's this homeless man that they take care of, and it shows the community that he has and the care that everyone still provides for him. And then I forgot his name, But there's another guy in the book, and they talk about football together, and like it just shows her connection to her patients, and it's just utterly, like, when I say it's amazing, it's amazing. Like, I love talking about this book. I've written about it in many scholarships. If somebody asks me for a book recommendation and they're a nurse, 100% I'm recommending this book. And overall, even if they're not a nurse, I'm recommending this book anyway. Like, it's an amazing nonfiction book. It's so real. It shows the reality of what it's like to be a nurse, to be a human in general. So I would really recommend it to any and everybody. Overall, I would give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Like in my other book review, I'm going to read some of the reviews. So this one says, Vlahos's compassionate, beautifully written book contains profound wisdom. It is for anyone with an open heart who loves a good story, and anyone who fears but would like to better understand hospice and the end of life. Gentle and moving, the in-between takes readers where few think they would want to go, deep into the world of hospice nursing. The combined beauty, faith, and compassion found in each patient's death is meaningful and sublime. She also has a YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, so you guys can follow her on those. And I'm also pretty sure that she posts, about some of her patients on there and some of the experiences that she's had on there as well. Because I think that's what actually made me buy the book, because I saw one of her TikToks back in the day when I had it, and she was like recounting one of the patients like on TikTok on the video that I watched that she wrote about in the book. I hope you enjoyed the book review. I'll see you later. I hope you have a great day.